Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon, and this is going to be a tarot reading based on the energies that relate to the Taurus new moon that we will be having on the 27th of April 2025. So what does this mean for you? Taurus is a very sensual sign. Okay, it's very physical, very sensual, and also because it's physical, it does relate to the material world, such as money, finance, etc. But what has it got in store for you? Okay, all right, so the cards are jumping out. We've got Maya with illusion. Look, they're all jumping out. Okay, we've got 3 cards for you. Maya with illusion, Morgan Le Fay with rhythms. Okay, the rhythms are actually representative of the heartbeat. It is the message of the Trinity, if we look closely there. Okay, if we look closely at this card, it does show 3 images. It represents the Trinity. Okay, so the sword is that phallic shape of the masculine energy, but it is also associated with the mind. Okay, and the cup there, or the chalice, is the feminine energy. It's very it's associated with the shape of the womb. Okay, so it's very feminine, and it's associated with the heart. So we've got the mind and the heart, the masculine and the feminine. What's this one? The third one is the outcome, the expression. So masculine plus feminine equals child. Okay, the outcome. It's basically this is the Trinity, or the Trinity is actually the cycle of creation. Okay, so the drum there represents the expression of the creation, the expression of the energy. We've got the rhythms there, the rhythms of life, okay, the rhythms of creation, the rhythms of creativity. That is coming through, and through the frequency of being in the right vibe. Okay, we understand vibe, being in that good vibe. We can create, because we can be very imaginative, we can be very relaxed, and that creative juice will flow. It's because there is no resistance there. Okay, and that's what the rhythms is all about. Okay, finding your expression there. Illusion can represent imagination. It can represent the veil being lifted. Okay, it can represent what you are visualizing to create. We've got Hathor with pleasure there. Okay, this is very Taurian. You can even see that Taurus energy up there. So this is all about what you can visualize and manifest to be able to experience in the physical, because this is all about the physical world, the pleasures of the 3D world. Okay, let's see what else comes through. Okay, yes, we got something to do with money. Okay, money is coming through, financial matters. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what comes through. We've got the effects of the moon here. All right, so these two came in together. Now this one here is what you need to not do. So I'm going to bring that all the way down. Okay, not do. What you need to know is that you are not lacking. Okay, there will be times when things will be up and things will be down. And even in the outcome card, we see here that there is a possibility of, you know, you going through times where meeting and or having ends meet. okay, like getting it from Joe and giving it to Jack or whatever. Okay, so basically it's saying that these are the cycles of life. Okay, this is what is normal and natural, just like the seasons. You know, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason why you go through certain things in your life. Okay, the reason why you go maybe through a financial situation, and this is all about finances. It's coming through from the beginning to the end. We see those financial cards coming through. There are many, many and varied ways of being able to go through the situation when you're not in that financially abundant experience. Okay, so this is actually saying that it is a chance for you, because remember, illusion is like vision, visualizing, okay, where you can visualize, imagine. And yes, you know, I think there is some sort of effect that relates to Neptune also, but don't forget, you won't be alone with Neptune there. I mean, it's going to be there for 14 years, but we will have Saturn stabilizing things. Okay, so Saturn is that foundation, strong foundation. Okay, it helps you to build that strong foundation. Neptune can be very elusive. Okay, so we have that elusive energy there. But what I see here is it's saying that you can make new beginnings in financial matters. See all of these cups? Okay, they're all relating to new things. And there are many, 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 many different opportunities, potentials there for you to be able to make a new beginning in financial matters. Okay, and opportunities are arising because we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. When we see the Wheel of Fortune, it usually represents things going on the up and up. Okay, so you don't have to tighten your belt so much. I mean, don't be a splurge and, you know, spend your money on pleasure so much. Okay, I'm not saying that you should not, but I'm saying that in moderation. Okay, so things are looking actually good, okay, on the financial front. When we look at these cards, new opportunities are coming through. Opportunities are increasing because we have the Wheel of Fortune. You know, things go towards a lucky way. It's like striking the jackpot, or, you know, like winning the lottery kind of thing. That kind of energy is coming through. So your source of income or your resources are increasing. Okay, there's the opportunity there, and it's saying for you to be able to keep your keep the flow happening. You need to be in the rhythm, or in that creation, you know, like to create, you need to be in the rhythm or in the flow of things without that resistant energy. Sometimes we get into the mentality of worrying so much that everything kind of goes backwards, okay, because we're in that flow, okay, and we're creating more of that as we are in that mentality. So it's kind of like on autopilot, okay, and instead of responding, we are reacting to situations, and we are basically stressed out or in that fear mode or fight and flight mode, okay. That fear mode, fear is the opposite energy of love, okay, and when we're in fear, we're always in that fight and flight, which means that we are always in that resistant energy. So when we do fall into that rhythm or frequency, we build up more on that energy. So it's like back to back of all of these bad experiences that happen in that specific day, because we only have that one day experiencing everything. We don't have the past, it's gone. We don't know about the future, because there are many potentials or alternative realities and potentials. So we don't know which path we will be going down in. Okay, it could be in the in one path that is very abundant and very good experiences, but if we slip, we could end up in the other alternative reality of maybe something that is slightly less or maybe slightly more, depending on how you perceive, or I wouldn't say expect, but how you would actually feel you would want to experience that day. Okay, so that's what this is saying to me. It's saying to me that it's all in the mind, and it's the rhythms, like the frequency or the energy of what it is that you are putting out there. Okay, and it is bouncing back to you as an experience, because everything is connected, everything's energy. And but you know, the potential for new beginnings in regards to financial matters is there. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. So make the best of it. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, Aries. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so this is going to be a new moon reading that is in your sign. It's a Taurus new moon that will occur on the 27th of April. And it will be a normal new moon opposed to the eclipses that we've been having ever since from the beginning of the year. Okay, so Taurus new moon, 27th of April 2025. Now, what does this have in store for you? Okay, let's have a look. Just going to ask for some theme cards first. Okay, they're jumping out. Alright, we've got surrender and power. Yemaya with surrender and Lilith with power. Is there another card coming through for Taurus? Okay. Sophia with wisdom. We don't have another one, we've got another two cards coming through. Okay, so we've got Mart, Sophia with wisdom, we've got Lilith with power, and Yemaya with surrender. These are really good cards, actually. All right, what else do we see? The star. So very similar cards are coming through. Like the Empress is very similar to Lilith energy there. Not exactly, but very similar. Something is ending. Okay. Yeah. You're ending something. We do see it there. Okay, so I do see that there are some changes coming through for you. Okay, it feels like you are becoming more powerful through your inner wisdom. We also see Mart there with justice. Okay, so if I bring these cards a little bit closer, you will see what they are called. Okay, so we've got surrender, power, wisdom, and justice there. Okay, so you are becoming more powerful, okay, within yourself, and you're realizing that surrendering is your power, but you're surrendering with wisdom. And the justice card here is saying with alignment or moderation. Okay, it's almost like being just towards yourself, okay, but that inner wisdom comes through. That is your power. Okay, that's your power. And you want to make some changes regarding your appearance, yourself, in every possible way. Okay, I do see that coming through. And there's something about letting go of a home situation as well. Okay, it feels like you want to also, it's not necessarily a home situation, but it can relate to some sort of connections, okay, relationships or connections, where it can relate to your work situation, it can relate to your business connection. Okay, it's almost like you are either letting go of a work situation, or you are letting go of like a partnership maybe that you may be involved in. Okay, that because you're realizing your worth, you're realizing your power, your inner wisdom is becoming stronger, but you're not being unjust. You are actually realizing that you are maybe too agreeable, okay, up until now, and you're realizing that you've been unjust towards yourself because you were being too agreeable. Okay, so it comes through as that, you know, you are realizing your inner wisdom and your power. You're surrendering to that. Okay, being more just towards yourself, embracing the Empress within. Okay, and you are letting go of being manipulated. You're letting go of being too agreeable, or you know, maybe people have been using your good side, okay, and you're realizing this and you're letting go of this. There could also be, like, you know, friends, relatives that you find that is not worth your time and energy. Okay, you may also be letting go of them because they've been manipulating you, they've been using you, they've been not on your wavelengths. Okay, basically they are not in any way good for your best and highest good. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. It's like it's almost like, you know, you may even decide to get rid of some situation that relates to, like I said, a partnership, a business, or something, because you're seeing the light. Okay, you're getting some inner guidance, or your inner wisdom is speaking to you, okay, and you are realizing that, no, this is not the right way to go. I need to let go of this. I need to let go and move on. You are becoming more stronger within, you know, your identity is becoming stronger. You're changing, not just physically, not just in your appearance. You're changing. Your inner world is changing, okay? You're becoming a different person completely, okay? Much more just towards yourself and everyone else. You know, the compassion energy is becoming stronger. There's more self-love. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I hope, you know, this is kind of like giving you an idea of what to expect, okay? It's not always, you know, like exact, because it's a collective reading, okay? But it's kind of like, you know, in those, energetically in those lines. So enjoy the Taurus new moon. Okay, next we've got Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, this is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. So Gemini, sun, moon and rising. And this is going to be a reading based on the energies relating to the Taurus new moon that we will be having on the 27th of April 2025. And this is going to be a normal new moon, not an eclipse. Like, we've been having all of these eclipses since the beginning of the year, and this is the first normal new moon okay, since then. So what's there for you, Gemini? Huh? Let's have a look. Let's see what comes through for you. So asking for a theme card or theme cards. Okay, we've got 2 cards. Nukwa with order, and Kali with fear. What else? One more. I need one more card. At least one more card. Okay, let's have a look. We've got Artemis with selfhood. And I don't even know how to say this. Gildatis with synthesis. Okay. Let's see what comes through the tarot now. Queen of Swords is air, so it can be a Gemini energy as well. Okay. So what I see here is, you know, there's a lot of this inner stuff coming through. Okay, we've got Kali there with fear, and we've got the 7 of Swords. Even synthesis is like you're synthesizing something about yourself. Okay, so it relates to your inner world, your inner self, okay? Your connection with you and you. It's like you will be dealing with fear-based matters during this Taurus new moon. It's almost like You're trying to get things in order, okay? We see Nukua with order, but she's in a mass of clouds, okay, which is air energy. We've got air and air here as well, okay? So is Kali. Kali's up, you know, in space, so that would be like the ether. But it's what these air energies represent are the mind, okay? So how is the mind associated with air? Air is, when you look at the physical body, what part of the physical body is up in the air? It is the head. It's where the brain is, okay? So the mind is associated with being in the air, okay? So, and it's a masculine energy. Air energy is associated with masculine energy. So the visions, the ideas, the thoughts are like seeds, okay? Like seeds, it's masculine, and the heart is like, it is the feminine energy, it is the emotions, it is like the earth or the womb. So when the womb accepts the seed, there will be conception. In other words, you have many ideas, but if you do not act on your passion, okay, if your heart is not completely into that, if your heart does not connect to it whatsoever, there will be no conception or action or expression in any way to bring something into being, okay? So if there's no conception, there will be no child, for example, okay? If there is no conception, in other words, there needs to be a mind and heart coherence, okay? If there is no mind and heart coherence, if they're not in rhythm, if they're not dancing together, if they're not connecting, there will be no conception. The mind is the male, the heart is the female, okay? So if you have an idea, if you want it to be part of your experience, if you want it to be part of your life, you need to get rid of this fear energy. You need to go inwards and do a lot of work that relate to fear, okay? So that is one thing that may be blocking the connection. The fear, for example, you know, everything is very similar. If you are thinking of starting a relationship and you have trust issues, you cannot connect. Why do you have trust issues? Because of some deep-set fear, okay? So whether it's a relationship, whether it's an idea, whether it is some sort of duty, okay, that needs to be done, you think it in the mind, but if it does not connect to the heart, it will be a very resistant energy. It will not even come into being, okay? So you may be trying to get things in order, okay, in your mind, trying to sort things out, but if there is no connection between mind and heart connection, the coherence of the two, then it's going to be a situation that is being stuck. It won't work, okay? So what you're doing during this time is you are turning to your inner world. You're facing your fears. You're doing this Artemis selfhood energy here is saying that you are taking matters into your hand and you're transforming them, you are synthesizing them, you're transforming them. Okay, you're doing a lot of inner work during this Taurus new moon energy, and you're dealing with a lot of spiritual and psychological stuff. Okay, it's not just stuff in the mind. It could be many things. Okay, it could be like a belief that you had that kept you stuck. Okay, for example, I had someone asking me about magic, okay, spells and magic, and I said, well, you know, that is a conditioning and it's a belief. If you believe it, you will manifest it. So you have to have a look at the degree of belief you have in regards to situations like that. Okay, if you're a very strong believer, you will have a strong experience based on it. If you're very, you know, like very small, then you may have something small occurring. Okay, so there is a lot of fear-based stuff, things that you may even be questioning, but you're going inwards. Okay, you're going inwards, you're looking at the mind, you're putting things in order, you're gaining your inner strength, you are becoming very successful, where you will connect with you and you. Okay, the mind and heart, successfully connecting. Okay, it's not a time to force anything. It's not a time to whip the horse so it can, you know, run off. It's a time to just rest. Okay, it's a very spiritual time. You may even have very spiritual dreams during this time. Okay, just take it easy. Don't take anything that's going to make your mind become overactive. Okay, don't eat, drink, or even take anything that's going to affect your mind in any way. Okay, take care of yourselves. Rest as much as possible. Okay, just take it easy. That's what this is saying. You need to rest, not to rush off. And if you feel like you are trying to solve stuff by yourself but it's becoming too hard, there may be someone there that you can reach out to, okay, that could help and assist you. Someone who's very smart, also someone who's very compassionate, a humanitarian type figure, whether male or female, doesn't matter, but someone who has a lot of knowledge. Okay, it could be someone like a therapist as well. Okay, if not, it could be someone you know that have these qualities. Okay, so don't try to sort things out yourself if you're having issues. Ask, reach out. Okay, reach out, ask. But I do see that you will successfully overcome what it is that you are going through. Time for rest. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And that's what this is about. Okay, it's like things take time. Okay, and if we have a look at this card close up, okay, can you see the bird on her forehead? Okay, it represents messages coming through the third eye. In other words, your imagination. Okay, visions. Okay, visions, messages. It's water as well, so it relates to imagination, creative imagination. So that's what I'm seeing there for you. Okay, so Gemini, take it easy during this time. Okay, so we got Cancer next. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so we've got a Taurus, a new moon happening on the 27th of April 2025. And it is not an eclipse like all the moons that we had from the beginning of the year so far have been all eclipses. So this is just a normal new moon in Taurus. Okay, so what does this mean for you? Like, what are the energies for you, Cancer? Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what comes through for you. Let's ask for cards, theme cards. So there are a lot of cards here. Okay, we got abundance with Lakshmi, and we got sensuality with Oshun. We've got sexuality with Freya. Sensuality, sexuality, abundance. So far, very Taurus energy. Okay, we got victim with Sedna, and birth and death and rebirth with Ceridwen. Okay, so it's kind of like it starts off really good and then we get this victim energy coming through. That's just saying this is something that you should not be doing. Okay, let's see what comes through the tarot as well. Okay, so what I see is, you know, something is being given to you. Okay, that's one thing, but it's something that money can buy. Okay, and it may be that, you know, this may be like an opportunity. It looks like an opportunity. It's not like a gift or anything like that. It looks like an opportunity. So what I see is something that relates maybe to how you connect to the world, or something that does relate to connecting to the world, whether it's the internet, whether it's a phone, or yeah, something that relates to connecting to the world. Okay, and I do see something being given to you that relates to that, because we see abundance here. Okay, so the abundance is like something's being given to you. Okay, it could be maybe like maybe even like a bonus or something, or tax return, possibly a tax return. But I do see that there will be joyful times. Okay, the only thing that I see is abundance, sensuality, sexuality, all is good. Okay, it's all happening quite well, and there is a connection here. We see the abundance there with the World card as well. Okay, the Six of Pentacles are very connected to this energy, so is the Ten of Pentacles there. But when we look at the Victim card and death and rebirth, there's something about changes. Okay, change in regards to environment, okay? We also see the world there, so it does relate to how you connect to others, okay? And it feels as though you may realize something with your connections, okay, that you had, kind of like evaluating your connections with other people. You may have seen like maybe power struggles with some of them, okay? So whether it's friendships, relationships, it feels as though there could be some sort of power struggles. These could also be like groups that you are connected to, because we see that World card there, or even the Ten of Pentacles can represent like a group of people. There could be like power struggles that, you know, you don't like the idea of being in that, okay? And you want moderation in your life. You want everything to be running smoothly, in moderation. You want the abundance, you want the sensuality, you want the sexuality, you want all of that to be flowing, okay? But the victim card here is saying sometimes when we do get stuck in that mentality of victimhood, okay, when we're in that victim mentality, that's when this is out of balance, okay? That's when we are out of alignment, okay? And we're asked to end the way we perceive that victim mentality, or why we see ourselves as a victim, okay? So death and rebirth represents you changing the victim mentality that you have, or how you see yourself as a victim, or it may not even be relating to yourself. It could be relating to, say, a group of people. You see them as victims, okay? For example, what this is saying is that your perception is not only just affecting you, but it's affecting the collective as well, okay? Now, if we look closer at this card, the victim card, okay, let's get closer on this victim card. Can you see all those whales and, you know, like dolphins and killer whales in there? It's like this is affecting the whole world, okay? When we are focused on something with that mentality, we are projecting that emotion to that part of the world in that kind of way, where it is always staying where it is, the way it is, okay? So in other words, when a collective is, okay, collective, or the world is focused with intent of seeing, say, a group of people as victims, then that group of people will stay that way. There will be no change, because the focus, the intent, the projection is that way, and it is contagious. It grows and grows. It's like a festering injury, okay? So we need to not focus on the victim mentality, not just on ourselves, but also outside of ourselves, okay? Whether it's a group of people, or you know, like people somewhere in the world. So we need to change. Death and rebirth is all about that. It's saying you need to change that mentality. Use your imagination with compassion and love, okay? With compassion and love, change that. Okay, add a bit of energy of abundance, sensuality, sexuality. Okay, so in moderation. Okay, we also see that coming through there. So there could be some, you know, there could be some activity being done in some sort of social scene or connection, okay, or friends or something like that, and you are looking at your connections and you're kind of evaluating them, okay, and you're asked to have a look at why you see the group of friends that, you know, you may be connecting to in that kind of way. Maybe try to see totally the opposite way, for example, okay, or why you see yourself amongst those people in a certain way, okay. So do not identify with your belief about yourself, and try to see what happens, okay. I feel like there's going to be some sort of transformation with how you connect with other people, okay, and how you see and how you focus and project your thoughts and feelings about certain people or yourself, okay. You need to change the way you project these thoughts and feelings, whether they are related to yourself or others, okay. Because I'm getting like self, yes, I do get the self coming through, and I do see, you know, certain people in the world. I do see like family and also friend connection, groups, okay. So that's what I see for you. Enjoy this Taurus new moon energy. What do we got next? Okay, Leo. Hi Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so this is going to be a reading based on the Taurus new moon that we will be having on the 27th of April. Now this Taurus new moon is going to be just a normal new moon, opposed to all the moons that we've been having so far that were eclipses. Okay, so this is just a normal new moon in Taurus. All right, so what do we see for Leo? Leo, Taurus, and what do we have here? Okay. So May Eve is very Taurus energy. We've got Sheila Nagig with opening. Okay, Sheila Nagig is she is all about birthing something new, okay? So a new opening, new beginning. Okay, the moon energy is very, like, it's affecting you. We also have Maeve with that Taurus-like energy there, with a responsibility. Okay, so what I have here is something to do with your responsibility in regards to how you connect. This could be even relating to contracts, okay? Agreements such as something to do with where you are in life, your career, etc. But I feel as though with Inanna, embracing the shadow, okay, there is this realization in regards to how you connect with yourself as well as others. Okay, the connection thing is coming up. I see it there, I see it there, and I see it also there, which represents responsibility. But the Aries with a crisis, okay, something is happening, a new opening, new beginning is occurring through some sort of crisis here. And I see it there as well, the Wheel of Fortune, which represents something good, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune can represent something being rewarded to you, okay? This could be something to do with work, like I said before, because the Maeve is all about responsibility, which represents work usually, okay? Responsibilities and work. Contracts and agreements, okay? We also have the boundary card here, which represents, you know, holding your boundaries, maybe relating to authority figures. We also see it's all about maintaining balance, maintaining balance, maintaining balance. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. Maintaining balance and organizing with responsibility so that you're not scattered. Okay, the moon can represent, it's like an overshadow where it can represent being scattered, not being able to see where you are, which way you're going to go, or how you should do things, etc. And that's where the crisis card comes in with the Aries. But Sheila Nagig is saying that there is a new opening through this process. Okay. There is also something about maybe even something about the home is also coming through. Something about the home. Okay. It's like yeah, something about the home here. Maybe it's something that you've been waiting for. Trying to organize. This could be like a new opening, like a new thing as well. Okay, that's also coming through. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of like crisis. Okay, I do see that crisis coming through. Yes, it's going to be a good opening for you, like a new opening. Okay, brand new opening that you didn't expect to happen. It will happen through the crisis, but have your boundaries in place. Okay, that's very important for you to be able to reap the rewards and to be able to bring luck to you. You need to have your boundaries, healthy boundaries set in. When I say boundaries, it's not about pushing people away. Okay, you have to understand this. It's not about pushing situations away or pushing people away. It's about protecting yourself, your dignity, your honor, etc. Okay, so protecting yourself, not allowing anyone to overstep the boundary, not being too agreeable where you end up being a doormat. Okay, so protect yourself, protect your boundaries. And yes, this can be a little bit of a crisis because people don't like it. They don't want you to change. Okay, they don't want you to be that way. They want you to be the way that you used to be, but that does not work for you anymore. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Leo. Enjoy this full moon. Sorry, new moon. Okay. New moon in Taurus. Okay, what have we got next? Virgo, a sun, moon, and rising. This is Dilosh from Girl and Moon. Okay, so this is going to be a Taurus new moon tarot reading, which will occur on the 27th of April 2025, and it's a normal new moon. Okay, it's a normal new moon because ever since the beginning of the year we've been having eclipses. Okay, and this is not an eclipse, it's just a normal new moon in Taurus. So how is this going to be affecting you? Let's have a look. We're getting doubles here. So we've got doubles so far. Okay, let's have a look. Let's start with these. Sophia with wisdom, Lilith with power. We usually get these two together for some reason. Okay, and Durga with boundaries. Yes. This is very similar. You have a look at it. That's a ram and that's a tiger. But if you look at the energy, the aspect of it, okay, it's like charging ahead, and that's got a wand, that's fire energy. That has a spear, but there is like a sun energy around it. It's also fire as well. So we're seeing that very similar energy. Okay, with boundaries, but this does not represent boundaries, it represents exploring. Okay, so this is boundaries, but it's also protection. We also have power with Lilith and wisdom with Sophia. Okay. There are some legal matters coming to the forefront. Okay, I do see that coming through. This can relate to maybe gaining some new wisdom, such as education, learning. Okay, you may decide to sign up for something that is educational, where you're attaining more wisdom, but also power. Okay. And I feel as though, you know, you are actually going to be thinking about expanding your horizons. Okay, it's about you wanting to travel, maybe. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's the energy that I'm getting. Wanting to travel. even if you've had some sort of bad news or something that is kind of like making you feel grief or sorrow, okay, just recently, that's about to change. Okay, we're seeing that coming through with the Seven of Swords. It's like deep set issues that you have to deal with. Okay, and it requires a lot of wisdom and inner power to be able to do this. Okay, you've got your boundaries there, which represents protecting yourself from that negative emotional, mental energy that's occurring. Okay, it's emotional and mental at the same time. So a lot going through the mind, as well as grief or sorrow in the heart relating to a situation. Okay, there is some sort of legal stuff, like I said, whether it's like you maybe deciding to sell something or buy something, or you are thinking about traveling. Okay, travel, which may mean that you need to go and get legal papers and stuff like that, you know, your passport, your visa, etc. It can also relate to that. You may decide to travel to attain more power about some situation in your life. This can relate to something being out of alignment in your life, and you traveling may bring forth the potential or the ability to explore more alternatives to your situation in some way. Okay, so that you can this may be something that relates to you wanting to heal, for example, because we see that grief there. Okay, something has been giving you grief, okay, and it's been making you mentally also low as well. But you wanting to travel can mean that you're doing this so that you can bring yourself in a holistic kind of way, in more alignment for healing purposes. Okay. Yes, you may want to travel. Maybe you want to go and see family. Okay, we're seeing that family energy there. So that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so enjoy the Taurus new moon energies. Very good. Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so we are looking at a tarot reading that relates to the energetic aspects of this Taurus new moon that we will be having on the 27th of April 2025. So what is this, you know, what has it got for you? Like, what kind of energies are there for you during this Taurus new moon? And mind you, it's a new moon, it's just a normal new moon, opposed to all the eclipses that we've been having since the beginning of the year. So it's just a normal new moon. Let's have a look. Let's see what comes through for you, Libra. Okay, we've got another one that's standing out here. All right. Surrender with your Maya. We got Coatlicue with grief. And then we've got laughter with Uzume. This is like having these two back to back is kind of like unstable unstable energy, because you've got grief and then laughter, and then we've got pleasure with Hawthorne. All right, let's see what comes through with okay, have you had issues with mum just recently? So what I see with the grief and laughter is that it's something that you just recently experienced, which is actually changing. Okay, it could be like a grief that you were ready to label and surrender to it. This is what it is, and it is what it is. But then this is changing. It's changing into becoming more laughter and becoming more pleasure-based. So the energy is shifting. It may have something to do with the mother figure. Okay, we do see that Empress energy there, but it also has something to do with work. Okay, because we see that money being paid to you. Have you had issues with work or career? Like, was it like you didn't want to surrender to something and you decided to let it go? And now you're going to reap the rewards because you're being projected, or what you experienced was a projection of what you feared, okay, what you did not want to experience, or what you were so much resisting, okay, and but now you are actually being put on the right path. Okay, just be very patient and things will actually work out in regards to work and career. There is also something relating to the way you share money. Okay, that's coming through there as well. This looks like a big coin, even though it is the moon. Okay. In financial situations, or should I say, if you are faced with power and domination through, say, work or career, or even like, you know, when you are connecting with a partner, sharing finances with a partner, okay, this is about you realizing how you share, okay? There could also be something about, mother energy is coming through. Maybe something is coming through a mother energy, like an inheritance. Now, it doesn't mean that they will pass away or anything like that. It could mean that maybe they just want to give you that, what it is that, you know, some people prefer to give away their inheritance before they pass on. You know, it could be something like that. Maybe a mother figure is deciding to give you something that makes you have more hope for the future. Okay, that's what the laughter is maybe all about here. Okay, but if there is an issue that relates to a mother figure and there's grief, you need to surrender to the grief, the process of grieving. Okay, it's a natural process. You need to go through that grieving process, but like I said, it's not, now I'm not talking about someone passing on, okay, I'm talking about maybe, say, a mother figure was diagnosed with something, okay, and you've got the grief associated with that. Or maybe you had a falling out with a mother figure. You know, maybe you were on not getting along well and they were driving you nuts, for example. Okay, and it's saying that you surrendered to the situation. For example, the first example that I gave about, you know, someone being diagnosed, mother figure being diagnosed with something, you surrendered to that. Okay, where maybe it's best to get a second opinion or even a third opinion, because it may not even be what it is, but you're very much, you know, like accepting of the situation. It's almost like you just want to put a label on it, a name to it, and there's nothing there. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing there. But in regards to getting along with the mother figure, it's saying that you're the one that's giving yourself grief. It's not them. Okay, you're resisting the energy which is giving you grief. Okay, it's best to maybe laugh it out. Okay, surrender to the situation, don't resist it. Okay, the more you resist, the more you go through grief. It's best to just go through the pleasure, the laughter. Okay, so but besides that, I do see something relating to a mother figure sharing something with you, giving you something that money can buy, maybe money, some, you know, like there's money coming your way. Okay, and you may have more hope for the future. Opportunities are opening up for you. Okay, all of this is good. This is actually good. And then, you know, this is turning into laughter. The grief that you had in the past is turning into laughter. It's turning into pleasure. This is Taurus energy. Okay, it represents that, because Taurus is all about the physical world, pleasure and senses and sensuality and the physical world, yeah, 3D world. And I do see that happening for you. Okay, and besides Taurus, you are also Libra. You are also ruled by Venus. Okay, this is Venus energy, and we've got Taurus there, which is Venus energy, your Venus energy. Okay, so I do see a lot of that also coming through. But yeah, when you do come across some sort of money coming your way, now it doesn't mean it's going to happen right on the new moon. Okay, this could happen in the coming 6 months from the new moon. Okay, when you do come across some sort of money, okay, sort it out, sort it out how you're going to use it. Okay, that's what this is about. It's about you finding balance in your financial situation, where you have a good balance in sharing with a partner or spouse or family members, children. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, making sure that this turns into laughter and pleasure eventually. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing there for you, Libra. Enjoy this Taurus new moon. Okay, next we've got Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon and rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon, and we are actually going to be doing a tarot reading based on the Taurus new moon that will be occurring on the 27th of April 2025, and this is just a normal new moon. Okay, it's not an eclipse. Like, since the beginning of the year we've been having eclipses, and this is just a normal new moon. Okay, let's see what comes through for you. Okay, so Scorpio. Okay, we've got illness to wellness, cycles, compassion, and beliefs. Okay, so Scorpio, I feel like this energy, you know, it may not even be associated with a new moon, it may be, but I feel like, are you actually thinking of building a little corner in your house somewhere where you can do some sort of, you know, maybe do yoga, or you may want to do some physical activity. It could be like your meditation corner, or, you know, something like that. But it involves your health and well-being, okay? And that's what this kind of like triggered off that message, okay? The illness and wellness. Okay, let's see what else comes through for you. Okay, the Hermit, Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Okay. Just give me a moment to kind of like internalize this information here. Okay. Now, Scorpio, you are the opposite sign of Taurus, okay? And according to astrology, you being the opposite sign of Taurus, it is related to relationships, okay? So, when I look at that Hermit card there and the Three of Swords, it represents, have you been feeling lonely in a relationship? Have you been feeling like alone because you don't have a relationship, or have you been feeling like you're not getting along with someone and you prefer to be alone? And, you know, like, because this can represent separation, aloneness due to separation, or aloneness because you're not connected to anyone, aloneness, feeling the loneliness because there has been a separation. I mean, separation doesn't necessarily mean you had a fight and you are getting a divorce, or you're separating, you know, the relationship. It could mean that maybe your spouse maybe has to go work abroad and you're separated, for example, for short term. Doesn't have to be even long term. Solace here is, you know, saying something about illness or wellness. Now, this decision that you make, or this is actually an important decision, because we see that changing woman with cycles, okay? Now, what I see here is that, you know, you may make an important decision in regards to relationships. This can be even like a partnership, like a business partnership, because we see that Pentacle card there, which can represent money, yes, okay. Now, what I see here is it's saying there are many different ways or opportunities relating to this, how you can connect or reconnect or heal or take care of this relationship in, you know, whichever way possible. You're asked to act on, okay, act on the situation rather than wait for things to happen. So what I see is that, yes, things are changing woman, okay. Cycles, you're going through a cycle in your life, okay, and this cycle is changing. Whatever you do, always have compassion, okay. Kuan Yin is saying compassion, always. Now, Kuan Yin, if I bring it a bit closer, she's holding a big, looks like a peony rose, okay, cabbage rose, peony rose, in front of her heart, okay. It is associated with a heart chakra or heart, okay, emotions, but she's also got the third eye, okay. The third eye is the imagination. Now, the other thing about, you know, the imagination, the right side of the brain, yes. Now, the left side of the brain is Minerva with her beliefs, okay. So we see the mind, you see the owl there, which represents wisdom or knowledge, okay, as well. Not just wisdom as in, so we've got wisdom and we've also got inner wisdom. This is just wisdom, okay. It represents wisdom as in maturity, but also knowledge, okay. You can't have maturity without knowledge. So education, knowledge, and maturity coming through all of that. But it's the mind, it's not the heart, it's not the compassion, it's more the beliefs. So the belief is 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, now, lately there has been this thing about 1 + 1 cannot be 2. 1 + 1 is 1 kind of thing, okay. I forgot his name, but there is this person who was acting in Iron Man, yes. Who is he acting as? I can't remember now. But the thing is, he was in that movie, and he's doing a lot of this scientific, technological stuff that relates to energy, and he is he's got this belief about 1 + 1 = 1 and not 2 kind of thing, okay. Isn't that 1 × 1 is 1 not plus? But the thing is, you know, being open-minded is good, because if we believe in something so much, okay, what will happen is that we will not be able to be able to perceive new things that come into this world, because this world is energetic, okay. And when we look at these two cards here, they represent the heart and the mind, and the mind with the beliefs can actually turn into illness or wellness. Now, you can use the mind to, as long as you have the mind and the heart in coherence, okay, you can change, yes, the cycles. The changing woman there is saying, okay, having the heart and mind in coherence, compassion and love through the heart, and the mind with the ideas, or being able to visualize, okay, can bring wellness. You can heal with your mind, but it's not just the mind, and it's not just the words that you say. You need to feel it. You need to emotionally feel it, and you need to reflect it and project it out as well. Okay, to be able to do this, you need to be compassionate towards yourself. You need to have self-love. If you don't have self-love and compassion, you're always in doubt whether you are worthy of those things that you want to experience. Okay, so your beliefs could be stopping you and saying, nah, this is not going to work, it's not going to happen. Okay, so in other words, what I see here is that you're at a crossroads. Okay, you're changing, but you're still at a crossroads in regards to an issue that relates to another person. Don't be so strict with your mind, in other words your beliefs, where you can make this turn into separation, loneliness and illness eventually, as you change, because we're always changing. This is also saying change yourself with compassion, and your beliefs, lock in the beliefs that are making the best version of yourself. Okay, now if you need to let go of someone, you need to let go. It probably means that they were in that cycle so that you can learn something from each other, and when the cycle is completed, it's time to move on to something else. Okay, and there are many opportunities that are coming your way. Okay, find balance, compromise. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Compromise with compassion. Okay, and if you've been feeling like, you know, really just recently, if you've been having issues with a partner, you had issues with a partner just recently, do not react, because this card is all about reacting, and it's saying don't do this. Okay, this is about not doing that. Do not react with your words. Okay, count to 10 before you respond, and respond in a more calm manner. Okay, if you're reacting, it's almost like you're not in compromise. Okay, and there's nothing compassionate about it when you are reacting to someone. Okay, reacting to situations are always heading towards this energy. Okay, so you need to respond in a more calm manner. Okay, compromise, that's what I'm getting with compassion. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Scorpio. Okay, so enjoy this Taurus new moon energy. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so this is actually going to be a tarot reading based on the energetic aspects of the Taurus new moon that will be occurring on the 27th of April 2025. Okay, so this Taurus new moon is actually a normal new moon, because ever since the beginning of the year we've been having eclipses. So this one's not an eclipse, it's a normal new moon. Okay, all right, let's have a look and see what comes through for you. So we've got the theme cards coming through. Sagittarius. Sexuality, shape-shifting, nourishment, and surrender. It feels like, you know, surrender with nourishment and surrender. It's like surrender to the food kind of energy. But let's see. It's about food as well. Yes, it's not just about sexuality. It's about food. And with shape shifting, I get like how your body shifts. Okay, how the shape of your body is shifting, I should say. Okay, protect yourself during this moon. Okay, I'm getting that energy coming through. Protect yourself during this moon, this new moon. Yeah. So we're getting doubles. Let's ask for another card. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So what I see, I mean, this is like here, if you've had issues with sexuality, okay, how you connect with another, because Taurus energy is all about the body, you know, it's very sensual. It's a very sensual sign. It relates to sexuality, it relates to sensuality, it relates to food, it relates to anything that is pleasure based. Okay, so it's all about enjoying the 3D world in the physical way as much as possible. Okay, so if you've been having issues with sexuality and how you connect with another, you're healing that. We're getting that healing coming through. There is shape shifting here, which relates to you. Your body shift, you know, like the shape of your body is shifting. It's becoming different. Okay, and Corn woman relates to seasons. Okay, so we've got like up here, we've got like the sun. You can see like the sun above her head, and it's yellow. Okay, it represents summer. And then we have like winter or autumn, winter. So autumn time we harvest. Winter, there's nothing there. Spring, when the seeds are put in through the ground. Okay, so it's saying eat according to the seasons. Okay, stick to that. Health, relating to health. Okay, you're looking at new ways, new and alternative ways that relate to your health. Okay, we see that coming through. And you're also seeing results. You're very hopeful, you're very happy. It's like this is the path. It is where your body is, the shape of your body is shifting. Okay, changing, something's changing. And you are, it's like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. So in relation to health, anything that relates to confusion, if you are feeling confused about anything, it means that this is not the right path at all. Don't even go there. If you're confused about whether you should eat something or not, just don't eat it, okay? Because when you feel the energy of confusion, it means, you know, you're not meant to experience it, okay? And we've got the Ten of Cups here, which is saying that you'll actually feel a lot of joy and happiness, especially when it comes to doing stuff around the home or workplace or office, you know, like daily stuff. You'll be doing it with joy and happiness. Okay, I feel as though there could be something that relates to a pet as well. Okay, we've got the horse there, which can represent a pet, maybe health issue that relates to a pet. Okay, we also see it there as well. If you have a pet, health issue that relates to a pet. There's also some spiritual stuff that you may be experiencing during this new moon. So we see the moon card there, which represents your dreams. Okay, maybe you're seeing some dreams that are showing the path for you, or you know, if you have questions and you go to sleep, you may actually see the solution to it during dream time. Okay, dream state. So I'm getting a lot of that coming through here. Yeah, if you're confused about anything, it's saying that just surrender to the situation. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to change things. Just surrender to it. Okay, that's what this is saying. So that is for you, Sagittarius. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, we got next Capricorn. Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Moon and Capricorn Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. Okay, so we're looking at a Taurus new moon that will be occurring on the 27th of April 2025. It's a new moon and it is not an eclipse. It's just a normal new moon, because from the beginning of the year we've been having all of these eclipses. Okay, so it's just a normal new moon this time. And what do we see for you, Capricorn? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see what comes through for Capricorn. Sheila Nagig, opening. Have you just recently opened up to something new? Okay, this could be like something that is an old thing that's coming through new for you, like a new experience. Okay, it's giving you laughter. Something to do with home also has come through. We've got order here, putting stuff in order, which is a good thing. Okay, so we've got 5 of Cups, which relates to relationships, or certain experiences in your life that may be giving you grief. Okay. Did you spend a lot of money on home? Okay, I'm getting that energy coming through there. There is also something about a situation that gives you a lot of I mean, this is, Uzumi is laughter, but she's also like joy, experiencing joy. It's strengthening you. You're experiencing something that is brand new to you. You see it there with Sheila Nagiga, as in opening a new situation that has opened up for you. Okay. And I feel like these energies are very creative, something to do with creativity, luxury, and the home. It may have something to do with something that you do from home, or it could be something that you do for the home. Okay. It's almost like a hobby or something like that that you may be working on, that gives you a lot of joy and laughter. And healing, because we're getting this order coming through, which represents healing with strength there. Okay, so strength represents your physical strength or your health. Okay, during this experience, there's something that you will actually realize. Okay, and what I see is that spending time doing what you love with the people that you get along with, loved ones, will actually be a good thing for you. And you will be like, why didn't I do this before? Okay. Why didn't I do this before? Like earlier, I should have done this, you know, much earlier. Lost a lot of time not pursuing something that gives me more, you know, pleasure in life. There is a healing coming through, order. You're aligning up energetically. Okay. So I see, you know, spending time alone, spending time at home, as well as going out there and exploring, is giving you a lot of pleasure, especially if you're doing something with other people around you. Okay, like a group setting. So that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. Enjoy this Taurus new moon energy. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon, and we are going to be having a Taurus new moon on the 27th of April 2025, and it's just a normal new moon, not an eclipse like all the eclipses that we had up until now from the beginning of the year, eclipse season. This is actually just a normal new moon. Okay, and what does this new moon have in store for you, Aquarius? Let's have a look. Let's see what comes through. Okay, we've got creativity coming through. You are dealing with some sort of creative thing, okay, in your life during this time, but let's keep going. Sexuality, justice, and wisdom. You're dealing with something that is very creative, okay, that you, the magician, even represents that, which represents, you know, like jack of all trades, slave to none. That's the magician energy here. You're on the verge of ending something, okay, which can mean that you're creating something new and ending something old. You're going out there to explore this new stuff, you're actually going to be celebrating, okay? Aquarius, you're celebrating something in your life. I've got a lot of these cards that have come through. Okay. So you're becoming more of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very similar to, even though we see a lion there, she has a black cat in the traditional tarot. The Queen of Wands can also be very similar to a Sagittarius energy, which is associated with justice. We see that there as well. But Aries energy here, okay, this is like Aries energy. And it is associated with sexuality and creativity. It feels as though, you know, this has something to do with you celebrating a situation, because you're finally completing or ending this situation. Even if it's not completely ended, there is part of the aspect being completed here. Okay. You may be moving house. Okay, I get that coming through, because this, the Queen of Wands can represent moving house, real estate. Okay, all of that coming through there. We also see with the Tower, okay, this represents reacting to the situation, okay, rather than, and making a choice through the reaction, okay, because the mind is so full that it can react and make a choice very quickly, but may not be to the benefit. So you're asked to slow down. You're asked to, instead of reacting, you're asked to respond. Okay. What I see is that, you know, something about home or real estate, whether it's rental or home, house, okay. We also see creativity there, which can mean maybe you're decorating a house or something like that. But there could be issues within the family, okay, that needs to be sorted out. And when that is sorted out, all the other stuff that relates to home and family will also be sorted out. So that's what I'm getting there for you. Okay. So that's your message, Aquarius. Enjoy the new moon energy. Last but not least, Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, what have we got for you? Because this is going to be a Taurus new moon reading. So Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. This is Dilosh from girlandhermoon. We have a Taurus new moon that will be occurring on the 27th of April 2025. What does this mean for you? Because Taurus is an earth energy, okay, which is very much connected to the 3D world. But what does it mean for you? Okay, how is it going to affect you? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see what comes through. We've got power with Lilith. We've got hearth and home, and we've got justice. You've got the power during this time. Okay. Well, there could be some connections that relate to the past. Okay. Something to do with the past, like your friend circle or people you haven't visited for so long. Okay. You may feel a little bit nostalgic during this time, but it has something to do with maybe friends from the past. Okay, whether they are friends, close friends, or people like neighbors, or you know, friends that live in your close environment, but you have to connect with them via travel in some way. But it can represent someone maybe you haven't like connected with for such a long time. You're reconnecting. It could also be that or they're coming to you, because we've got hearth and home here, which can mean that you may get a visitation or a phone call or something like that from someone from the past. Okay, maybe they found your Instagram or a Facebook account or something like that, and they're connecting to you. Okay, there's some sort of communication coming through, maybe to your home. Okay, all right, let's just open these. So whatever the situation may be, you'll act with power and also by being just. We do see that there could be some sort of negative, or should I say bad experience being projected towards your way from someone. Maybe they are trying to manipulate you. Okay. And it can mean maybe, you know, maybe they are if this is like, you know, say family, or because this can represent people from the past, or it can represent people that you grew up with as a child, like your siblings, for example. Okay, and what this is saying is that maybe someone like that may be offending you, trying to manipulate you, or trying to get their way, okay, in some way. And this is causing you to feel like you've been neglected, not acknowledged, not respected, okay, and you're feeling the grief, you're feeling the sorrow because of a situation, okay. And what I see is that you're asked to stay within your power, okay, not to allow anyone to overpower you. Now, how can you be more in power? Being just, but also at the same time not to, don't judge yourself, don't judge others. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone, okay. We had this same message coming through, do not react, okay. Respond if you have to. I think that came through before as well, but it's coming through again. Do not react, but respond if you have to. Well, saying if you have to, because sometimes communication can be coming across as being quite powerful, overpowering, manipulative. So make sure that you're not doing that, okay? But also if there are certain people that are trying to do that to you, whether they are siblings or people within your close environment or friends, don't allow them to take you on that kind of ride, okay? You'll end up with grief and sorrow and feeling like you don't belong there, okay? They're not your people. You've outgrown them, okay? You'll eventually find your own true soul family, okay? Now, everyone is, in a way, is soul family, everyone, okay? But this is like, even if we're, say, imagine a tree, okay, and you are the fruit on the tree, but yes, you can connect to another fruit, but you'd be quite distant, opposed to connecting to a branch that is directly connected to you and some leaves, okay? So the leaves and the branch are the closest to you that can understand you, whereas the fruit that's on the other branch is not directly connected to you, even though it is at some level connected, okay? So that's what this is saying. You will find the ones that are directly connected to you, and you'll feel this resonating, okay? So when it comes to money, we also see that you need to be a little bit frugal during this time, okay? What does it mean? It means that you need to be a little bit less extravagant, okay? More economical during the Taurus new moon energy, okay? But eventually, yes, you will, you know, if there is something that you set your mind to do, you will succeed in that during this time. Money was an issue and you're overcoming that. We see that there, okay? So that's for you, Pisces. I hope that this has enlightened you, okay? There could also be, you know, something associated with wanting to expand your horizons, but we did see, you know, those, let's put them out again, okay? These cards. Wanting to expand your horizons, but it's like you've got some sort of habit that needs to be kicked, okay? A habit that could be maybe you're too agreeable, where people can manipulate you and take money from you, okay? It's like, why do you always, you know, maybe your children may be asking you for some money and you're like, here, take it, but then you end up being the one that goes through the experience of lack because you've given away what you had, okay? Eventually you're overcoming this and you're out, you know, helping your maybe children, or if this is also connected to, say, siblings or even friends, you're overcoming this and you are getting rid of this situation from your life, okay? So that's what I'm seeing, because I do see this success card, okay? So that's for you, Pisces. Hope that this has enlightened you. Okay, enjoy the Taurus new moon energy.